Hi guys, welcome to another HIIT Core yoga class. Today it's Wednesday and we're going to do a total body workout today. It's going to be a 20-20, 20-20, 50 timing and 3 different exercises. And yeah, you don't need any equipment, just your mat and a water bottle and maybe your own playlist. So let's get started, and we're going to do some warm-up. We're going to do some yoga first, and then we're going to get into our workout, and then we will end in some yoga and shavasana at the end. All right, so let's get started. Come onto your mat and go to child's pose. So just kind of the go-to stretch here when we're just getting into the zone. So what we want to do is reach your arms forward and bring your forehead to the floor. And just start by thinking about your breath, taking long deep breaths in and out through the nose. And just letting the shoulders sink down and becoming just aware of your body at this point. Notice where you feel the stretch right now. If it's in your shoulders or your hips, feel free to kind of rock from side to side a little bit. Okay, so we're going to lift up and we're going to walk over to the left side and just bow towards your left knee there. Pull the hips back, pressing into the floor to keep the hips pulling back. And then rise back up, and let's go to the other side. Over to the right and bowing to the knee. All right, and then come back to center, and then rise up to tabletop pose. Bring your knees a little bit more in. So we're going to go tabletop pose, round the spine, and then drop back into child's pose. Come up, round the spine, and then drop into child's pose. One more time, round the spine, and then back into child's pose, and then come forward again in tabletop pose. Round the spine, tuck the chin, and then inhale, release the belly and lift chin, chest forward, shoulders back. Exhale. Inhale. Shoulders pulling down and back on that inhale and rolling forward to the ears on the exhale. Okay, move around the circle motion. Get the shoulders loosened up here. All right, get the breath going. Long deep breaths coming in, moving out. Shift those hips from side to side. All right, so come back to center and let's come up into tabletop or into downward facing dog. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips, and walk it out. So spread the fingers nice and wide. We'll start to warm up the shoulders right away here. So we're going to come forward into plank pose and then exhale back into downward facing dog. So forward into plank, exhale. Straighten the legs, try to keep the legs straight here. Engage the core. Inhale forward, exhale. One more time, inhale, and then exhale. Step your feet wide, walk your hands back to your feet and come into a squat at the back of the mat. You can sway from side to side or just kind of shift the weight from side to side. All right, stand up, drop the head, and then drop back down into a squat. Shift the weight from side to side, straighten the legs, drop the head, and back into squat. Okay, reach your right arm out and lift your left arm up, or it can be left hand onto your hip. So just leaning to the right and then leaning to the left. So left hand down, right arm up, or right hand to your knee, and then back down. Okay, lift the hips, drop the head, walk forward, down facing down, come forward into plank pose, lower through chaturanga, and then lift into up dog. Lift your chest forward, pull the shoulders back, tuck toes, come back into downward facing dog, walk forward to the hands. Top of the mat and forward fold. Drop the head. Step your right foot back, a foot or a foot and a half here, and hold. Drop your head towards your left knee. Switch sides. Step your right foot forward, left foot back. Step your left foot forward, and then start to come up all the way. So rise up, reach up to the ceiling with arms, and then hands to the heart, and release. Sweep up again with both arms. Bring your hands to your heart, clasp your fingers, and press the hands down. Lift the arms up. Exhale, hands come back and clasp behind your back. Pull back, look up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the heart, clasp and press. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, release back, clasping behind you. Pull back, look up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, back, clasp. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise. One more time. Exhale. In. Exhale, clasp. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bow forward. Hold that. And rise up all the way. Reach up with your arms. Inhale. And then exhale, hands to the heart. Sweep up again. Drop your right arm down to your right side here. And then just side bending over to the right. And switch. Left arm down to the left side. But think about the legs engaged here. Lifting up through the kneecaps. Looking maybe over at the right arm. And then come back to center. Reach up both arms. Exhale, open. Bring it down, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step or jump back to plank. Chaturanga. Up dog, cobra. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, left knee to the floor. Both arms up, inhale. Exhale, step back into downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward, drop your right knee to the floor. Both arms lift. Exhale, step back to down dog. Right foot forward again. Crescent, and just kind of stretching out the hips here. So come back to down dog, step your left foot forward. Just gonna keep repeating. Inhale, exhale, down dog. And step your right foot. Inhale, exhale. One more time, and the left foot steps. Inhale, exhale. Now step to the top of the mat. Inhale halfway, exhale, fold. Sway it out. All right, come back to center, and then rise up all the way, and then bring your arms down by the sides. Begin twisting side to side. Just letting your arms wrap around your waist as you twist. And just keep the lungs open. So heavy shoulders, just relax your shoulders, relax your arms here. All right, and then releasing that. Okay, we're going to do a squat and then an elbow to knee. So we're going to squat down and we're going to do opposite elbow to opposite knee, just in that direction. And then squat down. So we're just beginning to get the heart rate up here, get the body moving a little bit more dynamically and using the larger muscle groups. Try to bring up that knee nice and high. So you're getting a stretch, and we're just doing it a little more dynamically here. Let's go one on each side, and that, okay? And then go butt kicker, so the knee bends back behind you, and you're swinging the arms right over left, left over right. And again, the lungs are open. Do some head shakes here. But trying to just loosen up the body before we get into our workout tonight. All right, and then slow that down, and then back into squat and toe touch reach. So squatting down, and then with both hands you're reaching for a foot. Squat down, both hands to a foot. Inhale down, exhale kick. Doesn't matter if you're not kicking super high right now, and we're just trying to get the body a little warmed up so it doesn't go into complete shock for our workout here. Okay, one more on each side. And yeah. Okay, and begin twisting it out. Again, just bring the breath rate down. All right. So we are doing 20-20, 20-20, 50 tonight. You can just kind of keep moving in active rests here as I talk. 10 seconds rest in between, and it's going to be a AABBC pattern. So the C will be that 50-second, and it will be kind of a mixture, I think, here. A little bit of movement, and then some holds here and there. So again, each round is 3 minutes through, and we're going to get started with a jump squat wide and narrow. So you're just going from here to here. Hands at your heart, and that's 20 times 2, and then we're going to do 4 mountain climbers to 4 elbow to knee. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 on each side. Bring your elbow to the knee, opposite elbow to opposite knee, 2 times on each side. So that's 4 and 4. And then for 50 seconds, we are doing hip dips in on a forearm, on your forearms here. So you're just pivoting, just bringing your hip down or your thigh, maybe touching the floor and pulling it back up. So you want to feel a little bit of a twist happening, and you can make it easier by dropping your knees if you need to. So 10 seconds to get ready here, and we'll get into it. So doing wide to narrow jump squats in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so just pulling, just make sure the weight's back into your heels. Try to sit down nice and low. Breathe. The first few ones might be a little bit shocking for the system, but your body will get used to it once the heart rate gets up. So just take a rest here. 6 seconds. And we got 20 seconds, so you just want to try and do as many reps as possible for that 20 seconds. We're doing those mountain climbers right after this, times 2, 3. Okay, and then come down onto your mat. So 4 mountain climbers and 4 elbow to knees. 3, 2, 1. The elbow to knees are a little bit balancy, so you won't be able to go super fast. Okay, take a rest. Shake it out, make some circles around your wrist. 1 more round, and then we're on to your 50 seconds. Keeping the bum down is kind of key too, so that the core stays activated. Okay. And now for the core work, you're on your forearms doing those dolphin plank hip dips. So, 1 and go for it. So, it might look subtle. You're just kind of dipping back and forth, left, right. Keeping the legs engaged and keeping the core engaged. So you will feel this in your core, for sure it'll start to burn a little bit. Especially if you try and keep your bum down as low as possible, pelvis tucked under. Pushing out through the heels. Just try to stay in that plank position and pull back up to go to the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. All right, so that's the end of that first round, 3 minutes. That's how it's gonna play out here. So we'll start to explain the next one. So drink water while I'm talking, do an active rest while I'm talking. Don't drink too much water though, you'll regret it. Jumping jack lunges, here we're gonna get the cardio up. So we are just doing these. So your jumping lunge, and then the arms come up and down. Okay, if you don't want to do the jumping style, just do a slow, so you're just lunging back, arms lift up, and then switching legs, lunge back, arms lift up. So it's kind of a quiet cardio if you want a low impact. And then we're doing our 1, 2, 3 heel clicks. No place like home heel clicks. So we're going to be in a wide squat, and we're going 1, 2, 3, and you're gonna try and bring your heels to get to touch each other. But if that doesn't work, just kind of try and come off the ground. Or if you don't want impact, then you're just going 1, 2, 3, and then stand. Okay, so pulse, 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 and then on third one, stand up. For our 50 second side plank toe touch, so you're on your right side, and we're just going that top leg and your toe touch kicking, okay? If that's too much, bring it onto your forearm or bring it onto your shin and do that same thing. Okay, 10 seconds, get ready. Jump jack lunges times 2. 20 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So this is really just getting the heart rate up. Again, get the cardio up. Anytime you're doing jumping lunges, as you know, it's kind of one of the hardest things to do. It's really cardio intensive. Thank goodness there's only 20 seconds of it at a time. So I can talk to you guys. When those arms get moving as well, yeah, it's a whole other level. Two. All right. So our squats, 1, 2, 3, heel click. 4, 3, 2, 1. So 1. Try not to fall on my face. Don't have carpet here. Okay, 2, 1, go. Okay, so side planks here right away on your right side. Top leg, arm overhead, and you're just trying to reach your foot as best as you can. If you need to, you can kind of reach your knee. Like I said, drop to your forearm if you had any kind of wrist issues. Just try to do it from the hardest level that you can do, And then when you can't, then you regress, right? Try to stay and just customize this workout to you, and you will get stronger. If you do it again, do it a few times, and you'll see some results. You'll see some strength gains. Okay, that's it. So again, shake it out. Just going to plug my phone in so I don't lose anyone. Oops. All right. Sorry guys. Okay, here we go. Jumping lizard lunges. Oh my. Okay, if you have blocks at home, you can prop your hands up on a block in the center to do this. But otherwise, so your hands will be pretty much together in the center of the mat, and your legs will be on the side, and you are jumping from either end. So you can drop your back knee to the floor, so you're basically jumping, switching lunges. So jumping into a lunge, or that back knee just stays off the floor. I guess this camera, let's fix it. Okay. Okay, hopefully we stay like that. Okay, so jumping lizard lunges. And then we have a side squat, like a wide squat here. We're going 1, 2, kick. 1, 2, kick out to the side. 1, 2, wide kick, okay? And then side plank on the other side. So 10 seconds, get ready. And we'll start in our jumping lizard lunges. So get into your lunge position to start. 2, 1, and I'll just keep kind of changing the angles. So you gotta shift forward into the hands quite a bit. And if you can't quite make it up to your hands, that's fine too. You can kind of be out to the side, as long as you're just doing those wide lunges. Whew. Okay, take a rest. Got one more to do, and then we're onto the side kicks. 3, 2, 1, go. Woohoo! 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my. Okay. So squats, 2 squats, wide squats, kick out to the side, 2, 1, and go. So just low, and then you are standing and kicking. So get down nice and low. If you have a weight at home, you can use a weight. Hold on to a weight here at your chest. If you want to amp it up. Okay, break. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Your weight back into the heels. Chest lifting forward. Try to keep your shoulders down and back. Okay, side plank coming up here. On your left side, forearm or hand. Let's get over and go. So try to reach your arm over your ear and kicking. Try and engage the core. Remember your team, bend that top knee. You're just trying to do what you can. Even if you're just staying inside plank pose, that is fine. And then do a couple, take a couple, Last and side plank. We're almost there. We got 5 seconds. Come on. Come on. Okay, that's it. Good job. Side planks are super, super duper hard. All right. Especially when you're moving in them. All right, page 2. We are doing some burpees. So we're doing the kind of the classic burpee with a push-up, chest to floor for 20, and then we're doing half jacks. So half jacks are just, you're squatting, and then you are just, basically your jump jack, but you are in a squat position the whole time, going from wide squat to narrow squat, and arms are flapping. And toe touch reach over, so we're doing some abs, and we are doing here on your back here, and we're just going to come down. So you're going to come down onto your back, mid back, shoulders are lifted off the floor, and head is lifted off the floor, and you're going to come up like you're sitting up, and try to reach past, touching opposite hand, opposite foot on the inside for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to sit up, try and balance, and do this mini bicycle on your sit bones. If that's not possible, do a mini bicycle on your low back and just really try to curl up and do elbow to knee 4 times, so 2 on each side. 10 seconds to get ready. Enough talk. Burpee with push-ups in 5, 3, 2, 1, go. So jumping up, jump down, chest to floor. You can walk back and you can walk forward, and you can just stand up instead of jumping up. Rest at the top. You don't have to do the high impact version. You can just do it all walking. 3, 2, 1. Three, 2, okay. Your half jacks are next. So just like a jumping jack, but you're in the slow squat. Okay, 1 to narrow. And then you can kind of get more range of motion in the arms as you feel comfortable. I'm gonna try and talk less a little bit. 2, 1. Okay, 1 more of those. And then we're off to your 50-second. 3, 2, and go. So just try and stay low, where it hurts the most, where you feel the burn the most, I should say. Okay, on your back for those toe touches and the little bicycle Navasana. So 2, 1, 0, 2. Reach past your inner arch of your foot, and then you're coming up, doing 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. Every time you are contracting, and every time you're sitting up, basically. All right, that's it. All right, good job, everyone. Going on to the next round here. Okay, so our sit-throughs are next. And we're gonna do this a little bit different than usual. We're gonna do it kind of primal movement style, if you're familiar with that. We're going to come back, so feet are tucked under, our toes are tucked under. We're gonna kind of sit back, just like you're in a squat pose, but you're bracing yourself, kind of like child's pose, but your knees are off the ground and you're pulling back. Okay, that's our start position. And then we're gonna step the right foot forward, left foot forward a little bit, and then your right foot's gonna kick through. That's your sit through. And then you're coming back to that, we call it a loaded base in primal movement, but it's basically like child's pose, right? So that's your start, and then you're going to the other side. And then it looks like that. So it's a little more flowy. Coming back into that loaded position just lets you kind of spring forward and then do the action you need to do to step your leg under, right? It's crossing under for your sit through. You got 2 times 40 seconds to practice that anyways. Burpee 180 jumps. So you're basically jumping back to plank, jumping forward, and jumping around. And then doing that. So back and forth. And then plank knee circles. So you're on your hands and in the high plank. And then we're bringing the right knee over to the left, over to the right, and then back. So you're just doing this sweep, and it's gonna be a little more flowy too. So sweep, sweep across, and then back. And then the other leg sweeps across and then back. So go opposite first, and then in and back. 10 seconds to get ready. And we are starting with our sit through. So come to the back of the mat, go to child's pose, but toes are tucked under, basically a squat. And then you're coming, kick that leg under, jump back to that basically basic child's pose. Knees are hovering though, right? They don't touch the floor. So you're doing just the one leg, does a quick step, and then you're kicking under. That's rest, by the way. Under, and then you're rotating back into the pose. And go. One more round. For next Wednesday's class, we're going to focus on doing a lot of primal movement and cardio. It's really fun, upside down-y type motion. That's a little bit of it's coming away from yoga a little bit, but it's going to be awesome. And we are doing burpee 180 jumps, so jumping back and then around. Rest. Whew, I'm sweating that crazy. And 2 and 1. Five seconds. 1. Okay. Dance or plank knee circles. 1, go for it. So sweep from opposite side to the other. And just try to imagine that you're, or you can, touch the opposite wrist or forearm, then the one in front of you, and then step back. Try to stay low and try to really reach that knee close as you can to the wrist or forearm. Ay, ay, ay. 2, 1. Oh my goodness. Good job, everyone. That was that one. All right. A few more to go. First one's dancing crowd. So we're on, your hands are come back behind you, knees are bent, and we are tapping opposite hand to opposite foot, okay? And just staying elevated, that's the key. Just try to stay elevated, stay in that reverse bridge if you need to take a rest, but try to stay working. And then jumping lunges again. And this is just straight jumping lunges. So hands at the chest and just try to keep your back flat while you're jumping and switching the lunge, okay? If you don't want that high impact, then you're just doing a quick step back lunge. And then we got rolling side crunches for 50. So you're rolling over to your side, both knees together, elbow to the top knee, and your arms sticking out. You're just coming up onto your hip there and crunching to one side and then the other. 10 seconds to get ready. Dancing crowd is where we're going to start for 2020 or 2020. Anyways, 2, 1. Keep the hips lifted. Look up. And reach. You're just trying to reach the inside part of the foot. Lungs open. 2, 1. Okay, rest. One more of those. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. 3, 2, 1, go. Seconds. Woo. All right. Your jumping lunges. Get that heart rate up there again. You're doing the jumping anyways. Go for it. Four. All right, take a rest. One more to do. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, this might kill me. I feel your pain, everybody. If you're doing the jumping lunges, don't worry. 4. Okay, rolling side crunches for a nice break. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale and crunch. Try to keep your legs glued together as best as you can as you roll from side to side. Shoulders just rolling off from one side to the other. I'm not dropping my head or my shoulders. Keeping my upper abdominals engaged the entire time and my low abdominals engaged the entire time. 3 seconds. Okay, that's it. Good job. All right. Okay, we have a couple more to do. We got lots of time. Hopefully you're still with me. It's totally worth it. Don't give up. We can do this. Burpee jacks is next one. It's a kind of a fun one. So you're jumping back into a plank. Do a plank jack. and then jump forward, and then do a jump jack at the top, and just repeat. Skater touchdowns for 2, so you're using the length of your mat, sticking one leg out, so you're in kind of that side lunge, and then the leg that's out, that hand is also on the floor, and then you're just going to switch and just mirror yourself from one side to the other. And you can do this slow. Okay, you don't have to kind of add in that hop switch from side to side. That can come with a little bit of practice, but do what you can. And then you're on your back, again, some more abs. You are on your back, and either arms alongside your ears or just hands at your head, and you're doing leg flutters. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and then bring yourself in for a really tight hug. Try to grab onto your heels, and then stretch out again. 2, point your toes, 2, 3, 4, go fast. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then breathe in a really, or breathe out a forceful exhale when you come in for that tuck, and clinch, contract all your abdominals as you do so. 10 seconds to get ready for this round. Starting with burpee jacks. In 4, 3, 2, 1. So do a jump jack at the back, and then at the top. When you come back and do that plank jack, again, just make sure you go back into that full plank. Straighten the legs. Okay, that's it. One more. And again, the pelvis is tucked under. 3, 2, 1. Now we're on to skater touchdowns. So just start with that one leg out to the side, set up, and then you're switching. I'm inhaling as I'm transitioning to the other side, and then exhaling into that low squat. Then once you get your breath worked out, then you can kind of flow and just keep moving. 5, 2, 1. Bum is pulled back to get done nice and low. Arms swinging back. Okay, and then we are in the flutters. So on your back, hands at your head or alongside your ears. 2, 3, 4. So really just trying to concentrate on bringing that low back to the floor, especially with that exhale. When you come in and tuck, push that low back down, pull the belly down to the floor, to the spine as well. Okay, that's it. All right. Good job, Kate. We have 2 more to go. And yeah. Then we'll get our yoga on. So this time is kind of a lunge again, but we're doing a triple pulse and then a jump switch. So right leg forward starting, And we're going 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, on left side switch. Or just do 1, 2, 3 pulses and then do a step forward and just do the step switch instead of the jump switch. Push-ups for just do straight push-ups. So from your toes, try to bring your chest down low, or knees down, chest down low. Push up with the arms straight at the top. So that's that. And then bicycle. So another core move for our 50-second, and that is just on your low back, opposite elbow, opposite knee. All right, enough talk. We are doing triple time jump switch in 5 seconds here. Right leg forward, whatever leg you want to start forward, and go. So just make sure that you're in a good lunge here. Your knees not going way over your toes. And that you feel pretty confident in doing the jump switch too. I know it's a little bit of a learning curve, especially if you're doing these exercises without shoes on as well. Just do the best you can. And again, if it doesn't feel safe, do that jump switch. Then just do this quick move, 1, 2, 3, and then you just kind of quickly switch your legs. But you kind of stay in the work the entire time, because you come forward to that little chair sit and then back, okay? Next we're on to push-ups. So 3, 2, 1. And just as many as you can do. Two. Okay, break. One more. And again, you can do that from your knees. And go. Three. All right. Bicycle on your back. 3, 2. And just trying to keep the shoulders elevated, head elevated. You're not pulling on the neck. You're just trying to rotate those shoulders so that you can get your elbow to your knee, basically. Concentrate on your breaths, those exhales with every twist. We're 10 seconds away. That's it. Whew. Hi, that was a core killer. All right, our last one is going to be awesome. You can do it. Okay, we have 3 more minutes, and then we're done, and then we can get into some cool down, shake off. So half burpee to side plank, alternating sides. So starting at the top of the mat, jump back, do a side plank, jump forward, jump back, side plank, jump forward, jump back, side plank. Okay, that is that. Walk down to elbow plank. So we're basically high plank, elbow, high plank, elbow. Make sure you're switching which side you're coming up and down on. And then we are doing a fun burpee for 50 seconds and just gonna do a big cardio blast. So starting at the back of the mat, starting at the back of the mat, we're doing a long jump forward, and then we're jumping back to plank, jump in, jump back, jump in, and then 2 hops to the back of the mat, and then repeat. So a lot of jumping, it'll be fun. And yeah, you get 50 seconds to practice. You have 10 seconds to get ready for these 20 seconds about to happen. Half burpee, side planks. So start in plank, jump forward, jump back, open to one side. Forward, back, spin and open. Okay, that's it. Take a rest. One more of those. 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Seconds. All right. Okay, so our walk down, so high plank to elbow walk downs are next. Give those arms a blast here. Come down. Trying to do, just go as fast as you can. Right, as many reps as possible. Try to keep your core engaged the entire time and your legs engaged too. So we're pushing back through those heels, pelvis tucked under. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we got one more to do. That's our burpee. And we are going to start at the back of the mat. Okay, long jump forward. Plant hands, jump back to plank, jump to the middle, jump back, jump forward, stand up, back, back, and then forward, long jump forward. Okay. Long jump forward, do that half burpee, and then come up to stand. If you just want something, just to get your cardio up, do this, and it'll blast you. I think it's the jumping back, the long jump forwards. All right, that's it. Whew. Deep breath up through the mouth. Bring it all down. We're done. High fives. Woohoo. Okay. Do some yoga here, cool down. Or maybe this is what you're just waiting for me to get here. So you're just like, okay, ready for yoga. Maybe you're ready for yoga 10 minutes ago. Let's take the arms up, reach up, and then exhale, forward fold. And just keep sweeping the arms up, sweeping the arms down. And just slowly bring the heart rate down, especially if you were with me there the whole time. And I believe you worked hard. We're really getting the cardio up there, that last one. Okay, and then coming down, and then just folding and breathing. Dropping the head. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. And then releasing the arms, and then slowly Rise up and reaching up. Drop the right arm down to the right. And just breathing here, pulling the shoulders back, breathe there. And then switching sides over to the other side. Breathing deep. And then bringing both arms up, inhale, exhale, forward fold. Okay, let's step the right foot back. Drop the right knee to the floor and take both arms up for a crescent lunge. Holding one more breath here. Take the hands down to the floor and then straighten the left leg and lift the toes. Grab onto the toes and pull them back towards your knee. And just keep pulling the hips back too. You can sit back on your heel on that right side. If your knee if it doesn't bother you to do that on your knee. Come forward, back into lunge on that same leg, and then come back now again, but keep the foot onto the floor, the sole of the foot onto the floor, and place your left hand on top of the foot. And just pulling back so that you feel the stretch in the front of the shin and the front of the foot. And then come forward, back into lunge, step back into plank, lower through chaturanga. Inhale to up dog, look over your right shoulder, look over your left shoulder, and then come back to center and then back into downward facing dog. Breathe it out, walk it out. Maybe moving the hips from side to side. Step your right foot forward. Bring your left knee to the floor. And then take both arms up. And breathing here. Long deep breaths in. Just try to get the hips sinking down and feeling that stretch there. And then take the hands down to the floor. And then pull back into the stretch. So your right toes are lifting and you can grab onto your toes and pull them back while you're pushing out through your heel. Folding forward and just breathing it out. And then coming forward, back into lunge, and then back into that monkey split again, where your sole of the foot is flat onto the floor. Place your right hand on top of the foot and keep pulling back here. Breathing deep. Breathing, and then coming forward, back into lunge, and then step back into plank pose. Lower through chaturanga. Bring it into up dog or cobra, and then come back into downward facing dog and walk it up. Breathe it out here. Moving the hips from side to side. Look forward, step or hop up to the hands, and then just fold down to the legs here. And then hands set just down to the center here. Rise up all the way, reaching up at the top. Inhale, exhale, fold forward again. Step your left foot back, left knee to the floor. Reach up with both arms. Take your hands to your heart and take your left elbow onto your right knee. Twisting to the right. Then you can go to that high lunge position. Pulling out your right shoulder back. Squeezing the left leg straight. And then releasing out of that twist. Hands to floor, come back to plank, lower through chaturanga, lift into up dog or cobra, and then come back into downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward, right knee to the floor, arms up, hands to your heart. Inhale, then exhale over to your left. So right elbow onto the left knee, and then squeeze your right leg straight if you're going into the active lunge, reaching through that right heel, kind of squeezing the right glute as well. You're just trying to lift the chest center of the chest to the thumbs here. Breathing deep. Take another deep breath in. And deep breath out. And then release. Hands to the floor. Step back into plank. Lower through chaturanga. Do up dog or cobra. And then come back into downward facing dog. Walk it out. Move the hips from side to side. Look forward at the hands and then come down onto the knees. Spin the legs around and then we'll move into a pinwheel position or 90-90 position. Right shin forward, left knee bent back behind you. Start by taking your left arm out to the left and reach your right arm overhead and looking up at your right arm. Breathing, kind of pressing out your right side here. Trying to lift up tall into the pose. Take it into the twist now. So your left hand is going to be on your right knee and look over your right shoulder. Breathing deep. And then releasing out and then coming forward and just bowing the head. You can kind of move and shift around if that feels good in the pose to do so. All right, and then start to come back out of the pose. And then we're just going to flip the legs. We're going to do a couple windshield wipers. The hands are back behind you. And you're just kind of leaning back, let the legs go left and right. You're just rolling from one glute to the other, basically. And try to relax as best you can. And then we'll switch sides. So your left shin is forward and your right knee is bent back behind you. Right shin ideally parallel to the front of your mat. I'm just facing this way so that you can see what it looks like. We're going to take the right arm out to the right and then the left arm overhead and breathing to that side stretch. And releasing and going to the twist. So the right hand goes onto the left knee and then rotate, pulling the left shoulder back, lifting up tall, breathing. And then letting that go and then forward folding here. So again, just walking forward, bowing down, however much you feel comfortable doing this. All right, and then start to rise back out and then flip the legs around again, hands back behind you, and then go back into those sitting windshield wipers, back and forth. All right, and then next we'll come onto the back. So grabbing onto the backs of the knees, we'll roll like a ball a few times and tuck the chin in, rolling back, inhaling, exhaling, rocking forward. So you can rock up right onto your sit bones or just do a mini rock depending on how your back feels. Come onto your back and then grab onto your right knee and extend the left leg out. Give that right knee a good squeeze into the chest and then switch sides. Pull that left knee in, give it a good pull in and right leg extended away, forward, and then switch sides again. That right knee in. Okay, now bend into the left knee and then cross your right ankle on your left knee. So if you feel a stretch right here, then this is where you're going to stay. But if you would like to, you can lift up into that figure 4 position, where you're grabbing onto the back of the hamstring there on that left side, holding on, or clasping your fingers at the front of the shin on the left side. Your right foot, try to keep it flexed, reaching up through the heel. Try to keep the low back pulling down to the floor, and your head is on the floor as well. And just taking those long, deep breaths out. Trying to exhale and just bringing down the heart rate. To get into stretch a little bit deeper. Alright, so we're going to release the clasp and then take the legs over to the left side. So you can stay in that figure 4 position and then just shift the hips, so just rock the hips over to the left, and you're in this double twisted position with your legs. If that feels like it's too much, just untwist the legs, stack the knees, and stay here, or straighten the bottom leg out from underneath, and your top leg stays bent. Okay, so just holding that position. Your left hand can stay on the top of your leg if you are, if you don't have the twisted position. The twisted position kind of helps to keep your top leg anyways kind of pinned down and pulling down. So you kind of create a bind for yourself. So you know the hand on the hip is not really going to do too much to pull anymore than that bottom leg is. So you can reach both arms out if you're in that double twist anyways, and then again you're switching around your shoulders to see what angle your arms can be at to release some of that shoulder tension, stretching of the chest muscles, and just really bringing the heart rate down and getting into your breath zone as best as you can. Maybe rocking the head from side to side. Alright, and then you can start to release out of that twist, coming back onto your mat, and gather the knees in together. Give yourself a hug. Let it go, and then switch sides. So the left ankle is going to be on your right knee, and again you're just staying here if you feel the stretch with your foot on the floor. Otherwise, elevate and use your hands at the back of the hamstring, holding onto your hamstrings rather, and then or coming onto the front of your shin for a little bit more intensity, and breathing. So I'm trying to think about your exhales and just trying to let go. Maybe breathing out a couple breaths through the mouth, and just see if you can let anything else go as you breathe out through the mouth. When you breathe out through the mouth, you just tend to breathe a little bit deeper, so it may help to relax a few more layers within the body. Especially helpful in those hips, when you're doing those hip stretches. Taking those exhales out through the mouth. Alright, and then you're just slowly releasing your grip anyways, and then taking it over to the right side for your twist. So doing the same modification that you did on the other side as best as you can. And then working on opening that left shoulder, changing the angle of your left arm above the shoulder, below the shoulder joint. Maybe turning the hand palm open to the ceiling, palm closed to the ceiling, so just adding a little bit of rotation, just to see again where might there be some tension, or maybe some bound muscle that needs to be worked on. Rocking head, just to loosen up through the neck. And all these motions that you're taking, you're just doing very slow and intentional. Moving at your own pace, very slow pace, and moving with your breath. Alright, and then very slowly we're releasing out of that twist and releasing the legs. Give yourself one more hug. Good, squeeze up, pull the low back. Think about the low back pulling down into the floor as you are squeezing the knees. And then release your head onto the floor and then the feet onto the floor. Arms open to a T, windshield wipers, and recline windshield wipers side to side. Lungs open, breathe into your belly. Think about breathing into your hips, where you feel that stretch in your hip flexor as you go from left to right. Think about breathing right there. Okay, now as you're moving from side to side here, think about the soles of your feet and how they are shifting from one edge to the other. So inner arch to outer edge on both sides, and just notice the sensation of that rocking motion on the soles of your feet. You see if you can feel like they're getting more relaxed, a little more heavy, a little more lazy in the legs, and just within this whole motion here. So kind of letting momentum take over a little bit more. When you are ready, you can slow it all the way down and move into Shavasana. You get straighten one leg at a time. You can stay with the knees bent or move into your favorite position that is the most comfortable for you to remain still for the next few moments. So we're just taking the time here to focus solely on the breath and being really still through the body. So quieting every muscle fiber in the whole body as best as you can. So going inwards, basically. Taking a deep breath in through the nose or through the mouth. Holding on and then exhaling everything out. Through the mouth. Begin taking breaths in through the nose and then out through the nose. If you would like to continue taking a couple more breaths out through the mouth, that's fine too. Then in through the nose, filling up really deep, nice and slowly as well. So lungs, belly, and then long deep breaths out. So I'm just starting to feel, bringing awareness of the back here, awareness of the back of your rib cage sinking further down into the floor. Basically the whole back body taking up more surface area on your mat and on the floor. Notice the temperature of the floor and of your mat. Bringing awareness back to the sound of your breath. So heels pulling down, legs relax. Tailbone releasing from your glutes, and just releasing any gripping. And releasing low back, mid, upper back, and shoulders. See if your shoulders can sink down a little bit further into the mat. Let your arms completely relax and hands completely relax. Soften back of the neck so that your head can be supported completely by the floor and by the earth. Begin to soften all across the forehead, the muscles around the eyes, the jaw, the mouth, the tongue in the mouth. us back to the breath as it enters in through the nostrils, to the lungs, to the belly, back out, lungs, and emptying the belly last again. Become aware of just your own rhythm of your breath for the next few moments. The sound, the temperature of the air moving in and moving out. Very slowly bringing the attention back to your breath. Some movements very slowly back into the fingers and toes and into the wrists and ankles. Adding on the stretches as you feel you need to, and just moving intuitively as you do. When you come out of Shavasana, moving to whatever movement feels good in your body. Your go-to stretches, moving into windshield wipers, moving into morning stretch, yawning, lion's breath stretch. The lion's breath stretch is opening your mouth and sticking your tongue out as far as you can and just stretching the tongue out. Sometimes feels good, usually always feels good actually. Alright, and then rolling or rocking over onto your right side. And coming up to a seated position. So feel free to remain here and move into your own practice if you want to, or not. Thanks for joining me. Namaste, everybody. And yeah. Have a great rest of your week, and let me know what you think, and leave some comments, share it, watch this video later, do what you want to do. See you on Monday for Vinyasa Flow Yoga as usual, and then the following week for another HIIT core yoga class. So have a great night, everybody. Cheers.